Yeah. We already know build crafting paths for Stormcaller, blah, blah, blah. Heresey balance changes. Okay, here's some balance changes, guys. This is a big twab. With the big ticket items out of the way, let's take a look at upcoming changes, tried and true abilities in the sandbox. Our primary focus for release is arc abilities, but there are several non-arc changes as well. Arcstrider, let's go. Tempest Strike. New additional effect added. Wait, it gets Tempest Strike too now? Killing any jolted targets grants a stack of bolt charge. Nice. Increased damage against PvE enemies by 57%. Disorienting blow. Now grants a moderate amount of bolt charge stacks when dealing damage with disorienting blow. I think I used disorienting blow. Disorienting blow now deals a significant damage to an area around the target instead of just a single target damage. Yo, disorienting blow is about to be crazy now. Yeah, Bungie said we're gonna make you more OP. Increase blind AoE from 6 meters to 9.6 meters. Let's go. Arc staff reflecting attack will now grant bolts of charge. Nice. Ascension. Increase fragment slots to 3 on arc. Nice. Ascension was already granted 3 fragment slots on prismatic. Yo, we're getting three slots now. Let's go, dude. We're really getting a buff for the Arcstrider subclass. Activating Ascension will now activate the effects from the following abilities: Gambler's Dodge, Marksman's Dodge, Empowering Dodge, or Threaded Spectre. We do not plan to make Ascension activate every Hunter subclass perk, but we may add more interactions in the future. Yeah, they want Ascension to be OP. I was sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. And Snarling Slam. Activating a Snarling Slam will now activate this is Threadrunner. Effects from the following: Gambler's Dodge, blah blah blah, Threaded Spectre. Now don't plan to make a Snarling Slam to activate every perk, but we may add more interactions in the future. Threaded Spectre increased the clone's PvE damage resistance from 40 to 70%. Yeah, they're getting buffed in PvE a little bit, so that's nice. All Titan subclasses Barricade. Increased damage resistance versus combatant splash damage attacks when standing behind Barricade from 60 to 80%. Taunt strength and range no longer fall off over time. Striker. Juggernaut. While Juggernaut shield is active, players now have splash damage resistance. 60% damage resistance in PvE, 10% in PvP. While the Juggernaut shield is active, players now have 10% damage resistance in PvE combatants. When Juggernaut shield blocks damage, players are granted a stack of bolt charge. Ballistic Slam. Sprint time requirement before activation significantly reduced. Damage now scales based on the distance traveled. Damage versus PvE combatants increased by 30%. Each enemy damage Ballistic Slam grants the stack of bolt charge up to the max of 10 stacks if you manage to hit 10 targets with a single activation. Alright, we got Sentinel. Unbreakable. Increased rate of unbreakable offensive throw charges up to blocking damage. Increased max damage dealt with offensive throw by 20%. Yo, let's go. Sentinel getting a big buff. Indeed, it needs. Increased health pool of the shield to make it less likely to break when under heavy fire. Increase the void over shield charge rate while holding the shield. Throw now costs half a grenade energy charge instead of the full charge. Nice. Sentinel shield is equipped. Orb of power creation cooldown is increased from 1 second to 4.5 seconds. Unbreakable is significant buff. Strong. Unbreakable has received a significant buff. We want it to be strong, but we will be monitoring closely. Word of Dawn. Word of Dawn now does a weakened pulse when the ward is created. That's crazy. Sunbreaker. Concentration. I don't know how to say that. Reduce Scorch Wave Slam from damage in PvE by 55%. Rip. Yeah, that was too broken. Warlock. Stormcaller. Storm Trance. Increased non-champion PvE damage 20%. Chaos Reach. Increased non-champion PvE damage 15%. Lightning Surge. Remove amplified on cast. Now grants a stack of bolt charge for each hit with Lightning Surge. Increased damage versus PvE combatants by 30%. Voidwalker. Handheld Supernova. Chaos Accelerants. Magnetic Grenade variant. Increased total projectile count from 5 to 9. Increase the width of Cone's blast by roughly 2 meters. Increase the height of the Cone's blast by 1 meter. Reduce the projectile damage in PvP from 20 to 15 to account for the additional projectiles. Adding 4 projectiles is potentially substantial damage increase, but due to the increased size of the Cone blast, all projectiles won't land on a single smaller target. This means PvP potency should remain similar, but in PvE it becomes much more reliable for add clear tool. Nice. All classes, Solar, Radiant, damage bonus reduced from 25% to 20% in PvE. Will of Radiance damage bonus remains unchanged. Stasis, Frost Armor. Increase DR per stack from 4.5 to 6.25%. Max Dex DR goes from 36% to 50%. This changes PvE only. PvE remains the same, unchanged. Arc. Amplified. While amplified PvE commands are now less accurate against you. What? That's OP. Okay. This is similar to how the Manticore's exotic effect works while in the air. While amplified players now have 15% damage resistance against PvE commands. Let's go. Spark of Discharge added an effect. Picking up an ionic trace grants a stack of bolt charge. Spark of Momentum. Add an effect. Sliding over an ammo brick now grants a stack of bolt charge. Wow. Remove the bespoke melee energy bonus from sliding over ammo bricks since each stack of the bolt charge comes with bonus melee energy. Reduce the amount time you need to sliding to activate the Spark of Momentum. This should make it so if you start your slide on top of an ammo brick, Spark of Momentum will activate instead of previously needing to slide into the brick after roughly 0.75 seconds. Spark of Frequency added an effect while amplified. Gain a bonus bolt charge from all addition to the previous effect. Spark of Volts added finishers grant a bolt charge, of course. Spark of Ions. Targets defeated grant a bolt charge will also make an ionic trace in addition to the previous effect. Prismatic. This is a long twab, guys. Facet of Hope can now be activated by bolt charge. Facet of Purpose now grants a stack of bolt charge on or pickup when Arc Super is equipped instead of granting amplified. Facet of Sacrifice can now be activated by bolt charge.